It's the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition. This is for Thursday, the 5th of January. I'm James Spann. Very cold air blows in here tomorrow. Wintry weather issues. Snow for North Alabama, some freezing rain and sleet possible for the southern part of the state. We have made some adjustments in the forecast and probably more to come later today. But let's dive in there and tell you everything we know early this morning. Very active flow pattern across North America and very cold air, and that combination typically sets the stage for some winter weather action, and we've certainly got that. Now, this morning, this is the first phase of the cold air, upper 20s, low 30s. Tomorrow morning will be probably about 3 or 4 degrees colder, but during the day tomorrow, we could stay below freezing much of the day. As we work our way north and west, you see St. Louis at 21, and up north, the temperature's about 20 below zero over parts of Minnesota and North Dakota in the core of this, and the second surge of cold air drops in tomorrow. Now, this is the watch warning map around the nation, winter weather advisories in effect for areas to the north, and down here in the deep south, winter storm watches for parts of Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Now, this will be different by the time you watch this video. This is why working with old information is never good. The Weather Service is going to expand the winter storm watch southward. As I do the video early this morning, they have yet to do that, but they're going to add a couple of rows of counties, at least a couple of rows down to the south, probably down to Interstate 85. But that was the watch as of 5 o'clock this morning. Over in Georgia, you can see it covers much of north and central Georgia. But again, check the blog, and the new watch will be on there. But I would imagine the new watch will go all the way down to Montgomery and Auburn and Opelika. In terms of the graphics coming from WPC, this is the chance of greater than 1 inch of snow. And really big numbers are possible north and east of here through parts of North Carolina. And this is the chance of freezing rain, greater than 1/100th of an inch of freezing rain. And this is from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning until 6 o'clock Saturday morning. And those numbers are very high over South Alabama. And I think advisories could be required there for tomorrow night and early Saturday morning, as you'll see. So if you're even south of Montgomery, just be aware of that. And we'll walk you through all this. Now, this is output coming from the GFS model, the Prime American Global Model. And you can see a very cold vortex setting up north of the state. And for us today, just cool and dry, partly sunny with a high around 50. No problems today, no problems tonight. Now, this is tomorrow. And this is where it starts to get messy. We'll take a closer look. And at midday tomorrow, the freeze line is around Cullman. And this is suggesting areas north of US 278 stay below freezing all day with snow falling over the Tennessee Valley. We've got possible sleet across central Alabama. That's the areas in orange with rain over South Alabama. We'll go to 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, and this is when it gets messy. But understand, tomorrow morning, as early as 6 o'clock, we might have some issues over North Alabama. But this is tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, and this is when the dynamic forcing gets better. Snow for the northern half of the state. Sleet falling, perhaps for places like Demopolis and Clanton and Ashland. And understand the radar is not going to exactly look like this. This is just model output. And then rain for South Alabama from Montgomery on down to the south. And then by midnight, Friday night, it really starts to crank with maybe some heavier snow for central Alabama. And again, a wintry mix of sleet and freezing rain for places like Camden and Montgomery and Lake Martin. And look at Saturday morning. We've got snow changing, the rain changing to snow down to Dothan. So even if you're in South Alabama, look at Mobile, a chance of some sleet or freezing rain here. So there's a chance all 67 Alabama counties could see some type of wintry precipitation here by early Saturday morning. This is a look at the GFS snow accumulation. Let me just say, this is a little contaminated because some of that's going to be falling in the form of sleet and freezing rain in through there. I don't think we're going to see the really big numbers, but I do think that is certainly a screaming message that we need to shift the higher accumulation possibility a little to the south. But other modeling, understand, this is just the GFS. Let's look at the NAM. It is not as robust and it shows not much of anything, but the NAM traditionally is a poor performer with winter storms and tropical systems. Could it be right? Yes, but it historically doesn't do well. And this is the European. And again, I think this might be the most sensible solution for snow accumulation. And again, this is snow accumulation here. This is suggesting snow amounts of 1 to 2 inches from maybe the southern suburbs of Birmingham, over to Talladega and to Cleburne County. This could be a really good snow for Mount Cheaha, I think. If you want to see some good snow, you might want to get you a cabin or a chalet up there and enjoy it if you've got some time, because you'll probably be stuck up there this weekend. But this is what we have drawn. It's our job to make sense out of all this model madness, and this is what I've got early this morning. Potential for up to 3 inches. And when I say that, that doesn't mean everybody gets 3 inches. Some people in that yellow zone could see a few flakes. But up to 3 inches from the southern suburbs of Birmingham over to Sylacauga, Talladega, Ashland, Lineville, Wedowee, Roanoke, Anniston, Heflin. That's the greatest potential for up to 3 inches. And I've got up to 2 inches as far west, almost as Tuscaloosa. That would include Birmingham and Gadsden, and then 1 inch or less up in the Tennessee Valley for Huntsville and the Shoals, Montgomery. But remember now, once you get down to Selma, Montgomery, Auburn, Opelika, a lot of this is not going to come down as snow. It's going to come down as freezing rain and sleet tomorrow night. So just be aware of that. This is potential snow accumulation you're looking at here. But this certainly could impact travel. North Alabama during the day tomorrow, temperatures will likely stay below freezing. But for the central part of the state, the greater travel issues will probably come tomorrow late into tomorrow night. And then the whole thing winds down early Saturday morning. Remember, this will probably change again. But that's the way it looks now. Now, this is Saturday at midday. Snow continues to the east of the state. Parts of the Carolinas, pretty messy situation there. But for us, Saturday, we're just going to be cold and dry with a high in the 30s and a pretty good northeast wind. This is Sunday. Sunday morning will be cold. We should be in the teens. The high Sunday will be in the upper 30s. And then Monday morning is going to be cold. We could see teens again, but by Monday afternoon, we start to warm up with mid-40s. This is Tuesday. Rain could return to Alabama as early as Tuesday afternoon. The high will be back in the 50s, and more than likely we'll see rain in here Tuesday night. And this is Wednesday, looking pretty wet. And again, Wednesday's high will be around 60. No winter weather issues here. Here's a week from today. This is Thursday the 12th. Heights coming up a little bit. That just looks cool and dry. This is the end of the forecast period. Saturday the 14th, there's an upper high on the Louisiana coast. That is not a cold look. And if that's right, it would be cloudy, maybe some patchy light rain with highs more than likely around 60. Now, here's the numbers coming off the European model. You can see the very cold air for the weekend. And then we go back to mid to upper 50s and maybe touching 60 in a few days next week. That's the Weather Xtreme video early this morning. We'll have running updates on the blog today. And like I always say, if you're working with old information, you're working with bad information. This forecast will change again throughout the day today. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. And if you can, join us on TV or the live stream tonight, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.